And welcome to another episode of Does This Podcast Suck? This is episode 32. And as usual, I've got Kyle and MT.
Hello.
Aloha, senor.
And MT is a giant doofus.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
It's away from this podcast. Get out.
Me llamo Grande Pantalones.
Your name is Giant Pants?
Yep.
So, this week, as usual, not really that eventful, but there's always plenty to make fun of. Leading the way, as it has been for a little while now, the Evolve release finally happened.
Hooray! I think.
Yeah.
No, not that.
Oh, okay.
The
Sorry.
amazing thing
Boo.
is, now they had incorrectly reported this at first as being $136 of DLC. Well, now we've got it down to only $100 of DLC. Now to be
Technically worse than $136 we figured out, because the base game is $60.
yeah, well, of DLC there's 100, and yeah, this is the fucking insane part. If you were to buy everything according to the article, it'd be in the ballpark of $160 to $175 total for a game that just got released.
You know,
And it's a brand new IP, too.
Yeah.
This is the base game, and then there's the PC Monster Race Edition, which will be the Season Pass plus like other shit. And then there is a straight $75 worth of skins.
And other shit, I guess. I don't know.
No, it's all skins.
Skin. No, it is all skins.
Weapon
Jesus.
skins, hunter skins, and monster skins.
Why?
Weapon skins.
Why?
Skins.
I want a blue machine gun instead of a black one.
That's the thing. There's weapon skins. Why? Why would you buy a skin for your fucking gun? Oh my god.
Because somebody wants to be a unique snowflake.
Jesus Christ, it's insane, the audacity they have. Remember when games used to just fucking unlock skins? Like, why do we gotta buy everything now? You can't just make a fucking game complete? You have to make us pay for every fucking piece of it?
But then the game developers will lose so much money.
To be fair, if you buy all that DLC, you're fucking retarded. I'm sorry. So, whatever. True. It doesn't seem to be quite as bad because I don't think most of it is even story-based or of any particular value. I think if you buy the Monster Edition for $100, you're getting most of what you need.
Yeah, I think that covers real stuff.
But still, the fact that there's $100 in DLC or more is just mind-blowing. Absolutely fucking mind-blowing. So, yeah.
Fuck that game.
I've seen the reviews are all, around 8, 9. Apparently pretty good, but...
Yeah, well, everything I've heard is it's like a legitimately fun game, but this kind of shit, no.
That must have really fucking changed since the beta, because it was not fun.
Yeah, that must have been really early. I mean
mechanics-wise, though, I don't see how you even fix that after a beta.
Well,
I guess they did a lot of work. I mean, shooting was just not fun.
I imagine, too, when we played it, it was, like violently unbalanced.
Probably.
Well, my main problem with it is, like, if the monster gets a good enough head start away, like, it's damn near impossible to catch up to him unless he makes a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine they're probably...
it was just fucking frustrating to be running around the world trying to find the damn thing and have no clue where he is.
I mean, I don't know. If you like
he startled some birds a mile away. You better get there before he moves.
If you like the game, I mean, I'd say buy it. Just don't buy any of that DLC. That's absolutely fucking absurd.
God, no, it's ridiculous.
If you buy the DLC, you're encouraging them to be shitheads like they are right now.
I think,
I'd say just don't buy any DLC. Fuck all of it.
The only other games that I've seen with that amount of, like, DLCs, like, of that variety, like, just skins and shit, are MOBAs. And in those, generally, at least the couple that I've played, you can buy them or you can actually play the game and eventually be able to get them yourself.
That's the way it should be.
Which is legit. That's fine. You want to be a lazy fuck and pay $2 and whatever. But they're not even in the game unless I pay $7 or $2 or whatever the fucking cost is. That's
Like that's something I would have wanted in Destiny when I had a character I had to level, but I had to get the specific like class specific armor breakdown stuff, and I had like nowhere near enough. I would have gladly paid like $5 to get 10 or whatever it was.
I don't get why anyone would even buy these to begin with. It's a brand new IP. You haven't even played the game. Like, yeah, I bought some DLC for Batman that came with skins, but it also came because I bought the season pass, I think.
But that wasn't the first Batman game, though, was it?
Well, it was still Batman. I know I like Batman.
Yeah, but that at least at that point had a decent track record ahead of it.
True. Yeah.
Well, and even like
I felt
Arkham
retarded
City,
buying it though.
like they had some you could buy, but then they also had a shitload for free or through like promotions and stuff.
Plus, I think some costumes came with
the
DLC. They were like the missions you got with Catwoman came with some skins and I don't know, whatever.
It wasn't all just, hey, give us money for these. There were other ways to get things.
So I kind of miss the days of unlocking. I always think back to when I played the original Spider-Man game on PlayStation. All the shit you could find. There were so many costumes, and you found comic book covers, and just all the shit, and you could unlock so much stuff. And sometime in the last era of gaming, it all became fucking, you gotta pay for it now. You gotta pay for everything. You don't even have cheat codes anymore. You gotta pay for those. They fucking high. Didn't Saints Row, I think, was one of the games where you had to pay for big head mode. They want you to fucking buy it as DLC. Like, who the fuck is gonna do that? I'm sure someone did. If people would stop buying this shit, they'd stop trying to do it. But they make money, and they know they will. It takes almost no effort.
There's some that like still don't do that though, because I know with like Naughty Dog, they have like other alternate costumes and stuff that you have to actually play the game to get.
Right, you buy with stuff you get from playing in the game. That's cool. You play the game over and over, and you could unlock that stuff. I mean, I'm at the point now, right? I have so many games, I don't even bother with that shit. But at least it'd be nice that if I wanted to, I could. So I don't know. This shit's just. They're ruining the point of DLC because they're a bunch of greedy fuckers. Which, I guess, isn't that surprising.
Yeah, well, I mean, most of them do. Like, the best examples I've heard of DLC are Borderlands, and then Hyrule Warriors does a really good job with it.
Even then, people complain about, like, Borderlands, and it, like, boggles my mind. I almost never use this word, but some of those people are entitled little fucks. Like, I was reading the comments on Reddit about, like, well, they told us it was a season pass, and every, all the other season passes till then had all the DLC, and I'm like, they fucking told you when you go to buy it, it says exactly what's fucking in it. They even named all the DLCs before they released them, and they told you all the names. Like, there'd be these 4 DLCs. We're gonna release them every few months as we finish it off, and they were fucking huge DLC too. I mean, there are hours and hours from each one, and it's like. I can't believe anyone would complain about it because it's one of the few games where I was like, they're actually doing it right. They're not fucking it up.
Yeah.
Like, they're giving us legitimate, this is actually what DLC's purpose is, to add to the game something meaningful and a fair amount of content. And for $20? The amount of DLC you got was almost enough to equal the game. It boggles my mind. They're like, well, then they released more DLC after that. And I was like, what do you want them to do? Give you, like, free shit just cuz? They gotta make money. And I'm almost never the first person to jump on board and go, oh, fuck, let's protect the companies and their bottom line. But give me a fucking break. They delivered. They were cool. They give us tons of DLC, and then people still fucking complain. Like, mind-boggling. They act like they've been fucked over. I'm like, you got like 20 hours of game time from the DLC. Like, what the fuck do you want? Just keep working for years off that $20 you gave them? Like, no, that's not reasonable in any way.
Well, it seems like kind of how Hyrule Warriors stuff is too. Like I think they've done like 3 or 4 DLC packs. It's like $7 or $8, and it gives you like characters and skins and story missions and like new modes for like all of them, pretty much.
That's cool.
And then there's like a $3 one that has 2 game modes or something, or you can just buy them all for $20 and get then like an extra thing on top of it if you do it.
So that's, sometimes DLC is cool. The ones I don't like is when there's like an hour of content and I pay you $8.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't need that. Or, as I always go back to, Mass Effect 3 and the fucking character you had to buy that was integral to the goddamn story.
Yeah, BioWare's...
It didn't matter.
Some of BioWare's stuff is good, and then some of it's really shitty, which I'm sure
I know, it's actually funny, because the same company, there's examples of good and bad at the same fucking time, in the same game series.
Yeah, Dragon Age is the same way. They've had a couple, they had one that was kind of the same thing. There was a character one. It wasn't like a super important character, but if you bought it day one, like paid for it brand new, you would get it for free. Otherwise, like it was their version of the whole online pass thing that EA did for a while with other games.
It's just incredibly douchey. And then Dragon Age was the game where you were playing and they were like, "Hey, you could buy the DLC."
Oh, that was the worst thing. Yeah, the first Dragon Age, there'd be a guy hanging out in your camp, and you would talk he'd have like a quest icon. He'd be like, "Hey," and he'd tell you the whole long story. It's like, "Oh, this sounds cool." He's like, "Yeah," and then they would take you to the store. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's great.
And you can experience all this. You can experience all this cool stuff for $5.
I'm gonna need about $3.50.
Goddamn monster!
So,
if you're gonna do that, at least have fun with it and turn him into a fucking Loch Ness monster. The South Park game should have done that. That would have been perfect.
Yeah. Need about $3.50. I suppose if the game would have been more popular, they might have actually done DLC for it.
Yeah, that's kind of sad, isn't it? It felt like it was popular, but
it did like okay, but
from what I understand, the whole process of like switching not developers, but switching like companies and all that left everyone everyone on the team like drained, and they were just like, "I don't want to do any more work. Please make it stop." Let's stop.
Well,
I think they don't like DLC either.
Yeah, Trey Parker and Matt Stone were really big on fuck DLC too. So
I mean, there is some.
Yeah.
I think they're extra characters,
weapons and stuff though. That's something really simple.
Fellowship pack comes with a couple more classes.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah. And then there's some other thing, but whatever.
But I know too, like their vision for the game was a bit bigger than what they could actually manage too. So yeah, I'm sure there was a lot of, they just kind of gave up.
Anyway, oh yeah, you had something about Sony. I don't know. What was your thing?
Yeah, I was talked a little bit last week about Sony Online Entertainment being sold off, and the usual spiel of, this won't affect anything. They just had massive layoffs.
Whoops.
Which supposedly still won't impact any current or future game development. They just cut the staff in like half.
Fuck all the developers though.
Won't change anything. Don't worry. I expect within a month or two we'll hear about some delay or another.
Probably. I don't know. What are they even working on? I kind of don't give a fuck, to be honest.
A couple EverQuest games, and then the port of PlanetSide 2, I think, and then whatever that zombie game is, H1Z1.
Yeah,
I think just came out. Nothing terribly interesting. Like in their EverQuest game too, that's one of those things that they talked about a shitload like a year ago, and then it just kind of fell off the face of the planet, and everybody's like, okay, whatever. I was never into EverQuest, so
yeah,
I don't even know that anybody cares in the first place at this point.
Yeah, I've never cared, so there's that too. Plenty of people. Kind of sad, everyone losing their jobs, but what are you gonna do? I guess in happier news, PS4 is on top again, which isn't really news because it's been happening for a while.
Well, no, Xbox was on top for 2 months.
Yeah, during the Christmas rush.
Yeah, well, that's because they hey, we took this out, dropped the price, and here's another price drop just because we love you. Buy it, please.
Well, it also didn't hurt that fucking everyone that wanted a PS4 already has one.
Yeah, that too, I'm sure. Yeah, they're I think they're still selling it $50 cheaper, aren't they? The Xbox One. I thought they still sell them for $350.
They had the holiday price drop, and then right after the holidays, the price went back up, and then I don't know, a couple weeks later, they dropped it permanently, I think.
Well, I'm sure the Master Chief Collection coming out helped them a bit too.
Yeah, that didn't hurt, but I guess I wonder how many like sales got turned away from the fucking game not working online.
Yeah, hopefully, I don't know. They need to get their shit in gear. That's really what it comes down to. Once, the Halo stuff died down, there's what the fuck are you going to buy an Xbox for?
Yeah.
I think at this point, they literally only sell Xboxes because people know what an Xbox is in America. Pretty much it. Because every other territory, they're getting fucking reamed.
This shows that, like, there's only so much to that, too. I mean, it's $50 cheaper, and Sony came back up on top this last month, so...
Well, it's back up to... Yeah, it's back up to 400 now. Oh, are these the numbers for...
Just January, yeah. It's the...
Well, January was already back up.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, for November and December, Xbox sold more than PS4 did each month. And then for January, PS4 is back up. Well, it's still cheaper. They kept the price down. It's only $350 for Xbox One still. Like apparently they kept the price drop permanent now.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I was just at a Best Buy yesterday. They're still $350.
Oh, so they must have raised it and then lowered it back down again.
Yeah, that's what MD was just saying.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Me don't know.
I just work here.
I don't really work.
The only reason I really remember is because I remember laughing and like, oh god, those poor people that bought it in those couple weeks when it went back up.
Well, why would you?
I don't know.
What the fuck is wrong with you? And yeah, there's some people that did because. Oh yeah, I guess you see it's on sale, which I hate that they call that a sale to begin with. It's not a fucking sale; it's the price. Don't pretend that you're just awesome. Look at us, fuckers. I don't know why that bothers me, but God, it does. And Sunset Overdrive is back to like almost full price again. Haha, I got it for like $30. Christmas was a good time. Hell, I only bought the Xbox just because it was so cheap. I was like, it won't be this cheap again for a while.
That's when you know you have too much extra money. I'm just going to buy this because it's cheaper right now.
Well, I mean, I'm going to play it. I want to play Halo. Gotta get that Halo.
Have you played it yet?
A little. I've been waiting to play it with Nick, and that's never going to happen.
Yeah, you're kind of screwed now.
Yeah, you got a couple months left before you're really screwed.
Like, you're going to have to come over to my house. He's like, yeah. And Betty's like, no. But yeah, though. No. Fuck.
So that's why you want me to come out and visit.
No, there's baby coming. So it's just never happening. We're screwed. I'm just playing with my cousin.
You don't want me. You just want someone to play Halo with.
I just need anybody. Well, I especially wanted to play with him since, you may know he played it a lot in college. Like, he played Halo more than he went to school.
I know your cousin really well.
Not my cousin.
Oh, Nick.
Yes, Nick. So, whatever. He'll be busy being dad, so he won't have time for Halo. Oh, well. Although Kyle somehow doesn't. I think he just ignores his children.
Well, I work late and then I stay up later. Most of my awake time is when everybody else is asleep, so that's how it happens.
The only way it happens.
You notice
I wasn't video games done.
Like actually online tonight until like after 8 o'clock my time, so
I did. I noticed you just kind of idle there. Nothing happening.
Oh, that wasn't even like I wasn't even using the PS4. It wasn't being used at all. The kid got a hold of the controller and it turned it on at some point. So that's why it was on.
I pressed button. Yeah. Your kid's not constantly fucking something up. There's probably something actually wrong. Something worse is happening.
Pretty much, yeah. If you hear silence, he's getting into something.
What is this? What are you doing? The Battlefronts news just keeps rolling in.
I would hope so. The game comes out later this year.
Is it this year?
Well, I think they're trying to time it for the movie.
With the movie. That's ambitious. I hope we don't get another typical DICE release. Mm-hmm. When did they announce this? Was it the last E3 or the E3 before that?
I think it was the last one.
You know what? No, I think they did do it the one before. Didn't they say a little teaser?
Yeah, they
E3 where they announced all the consoles.
They mentioned it was coming, and then that was it.
Yeah, and then we got more during
the last one. They showed off a couple like environments or something, didn't they?
Yeah. Here's some stuff.
Here's snow for the half level we've never done before.
I bet you weren't expecting that. So, what's the new stuff? Something about the story, right?
Yeah, I know they were saying that it's supposed to span the entire Star Wars film saga, so even the
Like all the way up
prequels.
to the new ones. Yeah, even the prequels. Well, I guess
as well
without,
as the in-between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens time period, so there will be some like newer stuff, I guess.
That'll be
The
interesting.
sound of it. So yeah,
Kind of a
we'll
weird
see.
time. They've wiped the slate clean, so they kind of. I wonder how much they're reining in what people are allowed to do story-wise in that time period.
I don't know. Well, I think EA has like the full rights to like all Star Wars games now, don't they? So anything will go through them.
They're probably like keeping a tight control over story-related components. I'd imagine.
Well, yeah, right now they probably will up until they get the movie out and see what people think.
Because it'd be stupid to not. I get when you want to wipe all of this shit away. But if you're going to do that, you better have a fucking, iron-fisted dictatorship over what happens after that. Because otherwise, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
If you're just going to have it all spiral out of control again, then why even bother wiping it away in the first place?
They're being really careful with releasing stuff, because I know they have a few books planned, but that's all during, the movie stuff or around that area about characters that are already established. And they just started the comic.
Yeah, I know.
I imagine they're still going to take stuff from the universe. It's just going to be different.
Yeah.
Well, I know before the prequels came out, there was a kind of a moratorium on the time before Episode 4 because they knew they wanted to go back at some point and do those.
Yeah, they weren't allowed to do anything set between certain periods of time.
That's why Knights of the Old Republic was 10,000 years ago.
Yeah. Well, so I'm sure they have something like that with anything that happens after the original trilogy until they get their stuff out.
They kind of did before, not really.
It would be dumb to go to the future because then you're making the movie making annoying. Just leave everyone. You can go in the past and do whatever the fuck you want. Stay out of the present, or the future, present. I guess it's all the past.
The big area they're going for right now with a lot of stuff is in between Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. That period in there was getting used for the comics and stuff.
Well, the comics are actually between what's drawing a blank. New Hope and Empire, actually.
Oh, are they?
I think so.
There's a Star Wars one, and then there's a Darth Vader one.
Yeah, it is because this is getting really off topic here, but the main Star Wars comic was I think they showed the second time Luke kind of ran into Darth Vader. It's you just killed Ben Kenobi, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway,
we'll see what happens.
There's your Star Wars minute for the week.
Nerd time. No, we can't have other nerd shit in our nerd podcast.
The other stuff that we were talking about, and this is all rumors still with Battlefront, is the multiplayer is supposed to be absolutely massive. 64 players on each side.
Nope. That was not true. It's a 64 total.
Oh, okay. Well, still, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be fun to do once in a while, but I think that'd just be annoying. I played Battlefield on big fucking maps where there's 1 million people. Let me describe the experience. Do you like running? Because you're going to run a lot.
Oh.
Because when you spawn, there won't be any vehicles. You're going to run. They'll all be gone.
Well, they said certain maps, too, will feature combat in both space and on the ground. Yeah. So there'll be basically 2 battles happening.
I hope they don't have the same amazing flight controls from Battlefield. Jesus Christ. All right, we're in the jet, and we're crashed. All right, let's try that again, shall we?
Well, I think also they were saying not just, you actually can, get into, a base on the ground, grab a ship, and fly into space, and still, that whole way you're still doing stuff. You're not just
kind of
teleporting to space magically.
If we get spaceships that they get away from the actual flight sim controls, I'm sure... If you're way into that shit, it's awesome to drive a helicopter with your fucking flight stick. And I don't want to do that with Star Wars. I want to fly a fucking spaceship, and I want to not crash 3 seconds after it starts. That's what I want. It's not gonna fucking happen. It's gonna be helicopter controls or something. You're gonna be oh fuck. So I guess we'll see. It gets annoying sometimes. I didn't even try. I mean, I could do tanks and trucks and. God help you if you try to go in the fucking air, though. It's just not going to happen. I figure if you get out into space, maybe they won't try having, vehicle, having ships flying in the atmosphere. Because I imagine once you get out to space, it's probably a lot less of a clusterfuck.
No.
If it's just like TIE fighters and X-Wings attacking each other, that'd be a lot more fun. But, we'll see.
Apparently, though, there's supposed to possibly be a hero system in place as well, where as you accumulate points, you can eventually cash them in and play as a hero character.
They had that in one of the older Battlefront games, too, I think.
Yeah, so they're possibly bringing that back, which sounds interesting, I guess.
I actually remember seeing Darth Vader running around at one point. Multiplayer map.
And so, the way it should be set up is, you should essentially, everybody should have, a chance, once per match to be able to play as a hero.
Oh, yeah, I'd totally go Vader. I don't even care if I'm on the light side. I'm playing Vader. I'll find a way. Fuck all you little bitches.
And then, I'm really glad this is rumors, but I'm sure this is going to end up being true anyways. The downloadable content plan for the game is, quote, extremely aggressive.
Oh, boy.
Expect up to 5 DLC packs for the game.
We'll
the first coming out. Well, I mean, if it's good, I guess.
But it's a fucking multiplayer game. But we all bought the DLC for Titanfall, and I fucking sorely regret it because I don't give a fuck about maps. I don't give a fuck. They're fucking maps.
There's a single player to it too, I'm sure. So maybe there'll be more to it.
If there's single player DLC, I'm down. If they try to do the shit Destiny did,
if you think about it,
big pack.
If they're gonna release the game about the same time as the movie, then future DLC could be related to the movie after it comes out.
Nice. So I don't mind single player DLC. I don't want to buy maps. I don't fault them for that though. I mean, people want maps.
It says each pack will be themed, with the first 2 or 3 being exclusively based around around content from The Force Awakens.
That'll be interesting.
And it will ship with several Force Awakens characters already, but some won't be added until DLC.
I guess
Specifically, all the characters in the trailers will be available at launch.
That'll be interesting. See, that's nice. They're not like a certain other company who showed us things in trailers that never came out. Not to name any name. Bungie. Whatever. We'll see. I'm curious. It'd be interesting. Be nice if the DLC wasn't horrendously overpriced too. We'll see. I'm not buying any multiplayer DLC. I will probably get the game, but I'm definitely not buying any maps and shit. I don't give a fuck. I've done that a couple times now, and I don't know why I did it. I just don't know.
Maybe if there's a ton of people still playing at the point when they come out, it might be worth getting, but I don't think I'd buy a season pass.
Yeah, I just can't. Single player DLC I'll do. Multiplayer DLC, it's all just completely fucking pointless.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Speaking of completely fucking pointless, you may have heard this week Peter Molyneux is saying that he's done talking to the press.
Thank you.
There is a god.
Bad for the guy. Every time he opens his mouth, everyone's there immediately to laugh at him. And the funny part was, I read this article and he's like, yeah, every time I do it, I get fucked. And, he's talking about that new game, Goddess, which, man, they really dropped the fucking ball on that. The release window came and all they fucking released is a phone app. And people are like, what in the fuck? I want my game. So, and he his usual foot and mouth. And, he apologized and all that shit, but, it's the same shit. I don't know why anyone would buy into his shit anymore.
Well, he does
this over and talking. Fucking over. Just stop promising people things. Just shut the fuck up. Stop. Hire a fucking PR person. Let them do it. Because you are not good at it. And the funny part,
run it by somebody before you say something to the press.
Just one of the fucking programmers, since you don't do that anymore. You'd think, the thing that boggles my mind, motherfucker programmed the first games he made. He made them. And he's still this stupid sometimes, and it boggles my mind. He made, the original Dungeon Keeper. He was one of the programmers. So, the guy knows how to program, however shittily, because he mentioned his messy, shitty code, but he's done it. He knows he should know this stuff, and he still doesn't. Just how? But the funny thing about this article is they're like, yeah, he gave this article to one company, and then they find out later, they're like, yeah, he said he was going to stop talking to the press, and then we found out that he'd already done an interview with another place saying the same thing. Although, to be fair, I mean, he's probably going and doing multiple articles, and then that's it. But we'll see. The guy can't keep his fucking mouth shut.
No, now
Yeah,
he'll
almost
just
feel bad
take it
for
to
him.
Twitter.
Yeah. I don't need no interviewer.
I can say stupid stuff myself.
Yeah, I can say stupid things and people will just find it anyway. So, he's just my favorite. He puts his foot in his mouth more than anyone I have ever fucking seen. It's so amusing. I hate to say it. No, I don't. I love to say it. He's amusing.
Makes me miss Ken Kutaragi.
Oh.
There's a guy who liked the bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Man. Like, I don't think we'd be any better, but I would just be so much of a sarcastic asshole that no one would care. Just like, that guy's an asshole, but at least he's not full of shit. So whatever, I guess. Another stupid news. Sonic Boom is the worst-selling Sonic title in history.
Oh, no.
To the surprise of absolutely no one on this fucking earth.
Honestly,
Why
considering some of the other
this?
Sonic games that have come out, that's actually pretty impressive.
Did you see the fucking character designs? Who didn't predict this would be a fucking abysmal failure? Why does Sonic look terrible? Why is Amy still in the fucking game?
The fucking handkerchief or whatever?
Yeah.
Why is Knuckles on steroids?
Sonic has a fucking neckerchief. Knuckles, I guess his design sort of makes sense. It looks terrible. Why would you do this? It's like they don't see what everyone else sees is wrong with their games. They keep changing stuff that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like they did with the one with the werewolf. And I was like, what were we watching where they were like, it'd be really fun is if we took this game where people run really fast through levels and made it so you had to walk through really fucking slow. Wouldn't that be fun? Like, no! They keep changing shit, and it's always the wrong shit. I'm like, the gameplay sucks. No one gives a fuck what it looks like. Make it good. So, it's just mind-boggling. So, little update on that. I'll rant and rave for the end of time. Sonic used to be one of my favorite fucking games. It's just so frustrating to see them fuck it up over and over.
Anybody who's actually listening to this might be having deja vu right now.
I go on the same rants over and over.
No way.
I forget. Oh, Sega. Someday.
No. Never.
No, probably never. You're right. In happier news, however, Bethesda's having their own little conference, E3.
Oh, you say happier news, but...
Possibly happy news. I want it to be happy news, okay? You know what I want? And what everyone wants that read this. Another Fallout game. Come on, Fallout. Fuck Oblivion, or fuck Elder Scrolls, fuck Dishonored. I don't give a fuck. I want another Fallout game.
What if it's Fallout Online?
Then I don't want it.
The only consolation I have for you is the fact that since Elder Scrolls Online is still a thing and not doing the best, you might be safe.
Yeah, I tend to think Bethesda's smart enough to know
not to try that again yet.
Like they've obviously never hired a QA person in their lives, but they know how to make good games generally, and I don't think they're gonna try doing the same stupid fucking thing twice. I don't know. They haven't shown themselves to be completely stupid yet, so I feel like they know that ESO is a failure, which, also judged by the fact that they're making it free to play now. They're well aware.
A failure. It's just,
well, okay, maybe not a failure, just nowhere near the quality people expected, yeah. So.
But, yeah, you might be safe. Might.
I just want Fallout 4. That's what I want.
They've been trolling people pretty hard, so it might be what it is.
I think so.
But who knows? Maybe they'll go all out and it'll be a little bit of everything. I think the
I don't know what that
the
would
best
mean.
thing would be like when is E3 this year?
June. Bleh. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up right now while we're talking.
I think it would be the most hilarious thing ever if the whole thing was just about Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh God! Everyone
Since
would
it's going free to play
rage
and
a thousand fucking rages.
the console versions are coming out in June.
Oh man!
Oh, I wish that's what it is now. I want that to be what it is so bad.
My brain hurts. Oh. All right, this year, June 16th through 18th, which means all the actual shit's gonna be probably. Oh, I'm gonna take time off of the 15th. Nintendo can blow me. I'm not taking off time for their stupid conference. Come watch that whenever. Maybe they'll go to E3 one of these years. Probably not. I don't know. Maybe it's a smart thing to not go.
The thing they did last year seemed decent, so they can probably
Better
just
than
stick
we
with
thought
that.
it was gonna be.
Yeah.
I just wish they'd release it the same day everyone else does their shit. You know? That would have been nice. I don't want to get up at 7 in the morning to watch a Nintendo conference. I just don't. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I'm not going to wake up early for the Nintendo conference at all. I'll just watch the replay.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's fun to do that stuff, together with everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Not early in the morning.
I wonder if they'll even do a full-on conference this year.
I mean, it can't be that expensive to do. But just recording a fucking video.
Didn't it do something different last year?
I think so. I thought they did a full thing.
I they had like a
Nintendo Treehouse, where people were just there at E3 seeing their shit. Because they are at E3. They'll do a conference.
Yeah, the console release for ESO is June 9th, so...
Why are they still... That's so weird. I guess they'll just be free.
Well, I mean...
You buy the game
you buy the game and then free to play. I think they switched it up, though. Like, you'll still have to have, like, the subscription for, to PS Plus or Xbox Live, which before, since it was a subscription one, you didn't have to, but I'm sure that's changed. Because it's free to play now.
I guess we will see. Can't say I give that much of a fuck because I haven't started to buy it, so
I'll probably play it again. I enjoyed it. I know some people didn't, but it was a fun time killer.
Yeah, I never cared that much. I always preferred Fallout to Elder Scrolls.
I never played it originally either, but my girlfriend is obsessed with the Elder Scrolls games, so I was like, fine, I'll try Skyrim. 500 hours later, I'm like, okay, well, this isn't bad.
I never cared for either.
Yeah.
That's right.
Establishment.
Deal with it.
I'll try the Fallout game someday.
One day I'll like video games. One day. Anyhow, another interesting little tidbit. Just keeps getting better and better for them, actually. And I don't, for once, mean that in the sarcastic way. The Dying Light devs just released version 1.4. Part of the update is they're going to support modding and handling modded games online. So the little text just says modded and vanilla won't work. Modded will. I don't know. There's a lot to it. But the main thing is they're supporting modding. Like right here in the update. We are adding mods.
It pretty much means that, if you're playing modded, then you can't play with people who aren't modded.
Right. If you have a mod running, you can play with other people with that mod running. And if you're playing vanilla, you play with vanilla. So you can mix them around, which, duh.
Yeah.
Wall hacks and that. So, that's cool. I support this game. Good to see that. It's kind of sad everyone flipped the fuck out because, I don't know, bad timing, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to say if they were just trying to do it and then everyone went, and they were like, oh, fuck. roll it back, fuck, roll it back. Hard to say. But, the results are the same, so hey, good for you guys. Now the entire gaming community, well, no, I bet most people don't care, but now everyone that was pissed isn't pissed anymore, so good job. Not really much more to add to that, huh?
I'm going to give them credit for jumping on that as quickly as they did to fix it.
They did. They went into damage control fucking quick. I mean, probably because this happened like right after launch, so they're like, fuck, don't fuck up our launch, fuck.
I still don't care about the game, but good on them.
Yeah, I kind of don't either. I still haven't played Dead Island, so,
You probably don't need to.
Not at this point.
I haven't even played that. I don't need another game, similar to it. I don't know. I mean, it's supposed to be better than Dead Island, right?
Yeah.
So far.
I guess there's that. So far.
Well, I think I said this last week, but it seems like from what I hear, the game kind of overstays its welcome.
Mm. Well, that's not exactly a great thing.
I guess it depends on how far into it starts to drag. If you get like 20, 30 hours into it and you're still enjoying it, then...
Yeah, I mean, at least you get your money's worth. So, last couple things here. Some sort of exciting news. There's a new Tony Hawk game coming.
Oh boy.
This year. They had a kind of a funny image too. Roses are red, violets are blue. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
It might be good.
Tony Hawk's geriatric skater.
Come on, he's not that old.
Isn't he like 50?
No way. That would be horrifying.
He's got to be getting close.
No way. Oh, fuck me. 1968. He's the same age as my parents. Welp. He is 46 years old right now. God damn. Doesn't look old. He still looks kind of young. God damn. So whatever. New Tony Hawk game. That's cool. I didn't care much to play the skate game or whatever. Because it was like, I guess if you were like really fucking super into it, the amount of control you had in that game was fun, I guess. I just like Tony Hawk because it was, stupid and easy and, it was something you could just dick around with without having to get too in depth.
It depends on it depends on what you want out of a skateboarding game. Like those skate games were fun. Like I enjoyed the first one quite a bit.
Really good. I just personally couldn't get into that.
Yeah, like for me, they're completely different experiences. With like Tony Hawk, like you have your level, you do as many tricks as you can, you're kind of done.
Arcadey,
Yeah, but like with skate, like I remember the first one, like trying for like half an hour or whatever to do one specific set of tricks, and then like when I actually finally got it done, like I had a real good sense of accomplishment because I it took me a while to get there.
Like Dark Souls for skating.
Not that bad, but
no, you didn't want to throw your controller through the fucking window.
No, okay. but it was like okay, it was stupid. It's like okay, I need to flick the stick a second earlier to make this jump, and it was like 3 or 4 tricks in a row with like not a big deal, but like with Tony Hawk, it's like 3 button presses and you're doing fucking backflips and
they're fucking amazing.
Yeah,
badass of the century. And that was more fun to me. It's easier to do cool stuff.
Totally is more fun, but
a different kind of experience completely.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad to see them make another one of these. I mean, they should still make Skate if there's people that want it.
As long as it's not another motion controller type game, I'm in.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I ain't down with that.
If I
wanted to skate, I would fucking skate. Or I'd go to the Peter Piper and play that stupid ass skate game. I don't need that in my house.
I feel completely out of my depth right now because I think the last skating game I played was probably Skate or Die on the NES.
Nerd.
Hipster.
I don't know who the hipster is in this one. It's going to be difficult to pick. I don't know. They were fun. I played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, and that was the last game I played. And I'm pretty sure I'm their exact audience for this game. I mean, the picture they had is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 in their little poem. So they know who they're marketing to.
That was the best game in the series.
They're marketing to late 20-somethings.
Yes.
I need some Papa Roach and Offspring. Make it happen.
Hey, man, that song Goldfinger had in the first game was pretty fucking good.
And Rage Against the Machine. Soundtrack better fucking click or you guys are in trouble. And I guess you could play some new stuff, whatever.
But new rap.
God, I mean, what did the second game had like 10 fucking songs in it? You just listen to the same shit over and over. At least that'll be an improvement. More than like 8 songs or whatever the fuck was in the game. There were not very many.
There were 15.
Really? That's generous. Well, different stages had different ones, or was it just the same soundtrack throughout?
No, it was just random songs. Like I played them at random.
Because I remember playing in the... I don't know, that place with the big half pipe. It was in like a factory, or I don't remember the fuck it was. The one that everyone played. It was like one of the first levels.
Factory level?
I don't know, man.
No, I mean, that's what it was.
Oh, that's the name of it? Well, whatever. I don't know.
I think it was just called Factory.
You're a factory.
Nerd.
Shut up.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's cool news. I I'm kind of happy.
First Tony Hawk had
I
10
if they can
songs.
make a full $60 game out of that, or if it's going to be some little $20 downloadable thing.
Oh, that's right. The first game had Jerry was a race car driver by Primus. That song is fucking awesome in that game.
So, I don't know. That got...
Is it being made by somebody else now, or who has that?
It would have to be, because Neversoft is... Well, what is Neversoft doing anymore?
They were doing Guitar Hero.
Well, didn't they get like absorbed into the Call of Duty groups?
Oh, they might have.
Oh, yeah, they
Now
might
I'm
be a
curious.
new third
I
developer.
feel like they did.
You feel that way?
Yeah.
Feel me? Successor, Infinity Ward.
Yep. May 2014.
Defunct July 10th, 2014.
Wow, it wasn't that long ago.
Yep, they were doing Guitar Hero, and then Neversoft was officially made defunct, with the remaining employees attending a burning of a sculpture of the skewered eyeball from their logo.
Wow, they really went out.
Wow. They got merged with Infinity Ward, like MT was saying.
Oh, okay.
Yep. They were internally referred to as a super studio. Okay.
They helped make Ghosts. Not good.
They made Ghosts? Oh.
Well, they helped make Ghosts. They didn't make all of it, but yeah.
Was there a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3? There was.
Yes, there's 4, and they changed the Underground, I think it was, and then Underground 2, and then...
Yeah, I think that they came
Project
out too
8.
many is the problem, because they had one like every year, and that's way too many games about such a...
And they ruined the genre like they always do.
Yeah, like
Oversaturated.
Skateboarding is like quintessentially 90s.
Well, like fucking Tony Hawk's Underground 2 turned into full-on Jackass meets Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Well, that's because that was the thing at the time. Was,
yeah.
I want to be Bam.
Do did they make besides
skateboard?
Did they even make anything other than Guitar Hero and Tony Hawk games?
Pretty much it.
Well, they had Spider-Man game. I know.
Yeah, they made the first 2, I think.
They made the ones that I liked. The ones I was talking about.
The good ones, Spider-Man 2.
Back when people used to put costumes in games for free.
Oh, I'm sorry. They also made Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer and Sean Palmer's Pro Snowboarder.
They also made Apocalypse, which was an awesome game.
Oh.
That was the game with Bruce Willis.
Oh, MDK. That was a weird fucking game.
Actually, Apocalypse was the first time I ever heard System of a Down. They were in that game.
There you go. Bruce Willis. Apocalypse.
Well, they also made Gun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Beat that.
They made one of the first actually good Spider-Man games, like a 3D one.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't do Spider-Man 2. Huh?
No, I guess someone else did Spider-Man 2. Who did Spider-Man 2? Oh, Enter Electro. I had that game too.
Spider-Man, which I think was
Vicarious Visions.
That would have been before the first movie game.
They probably don't exist. They're owned by Activision. They do still exist. They do exist. The last game they made was... Oh... Those poor guys. They're stuck in Skylanders world now. Damn, that sucks.
They seem to be doing something right there.
And then, I guess. They can... I don't know. Whatever. Beanox can keep making Spider-Man games. The last one wasn't bad. Well, wait, no, the last one was pretty bad. The one before it was bad. It was decent.
Didn't Marvel pull the license from whoever was doing them?
Probably. They were a lot more bad than good.
It was Treyarch that did Spider-Man 2, the good one. The really good one.
I'd love to see them not make any more movie ones.
Yes.
And make good ones.
Yeah.
But could you imagine Rocksteady? I think I've probably said this on the podcast about 50 times now, so I'm not going to go into depth, but Rocksteady, Spider-Man, make it happen.
That would be pretty cool.
Everyone wants it. Spider-Man is probably arguably one of the only characters that might possibly be more popular than Batman. It's close. Spider-Man is definitely Marvel's most successful character, and Batman is definitely DC's. So, I'd love to see someone actually make a good game. Batman hadn't had a fucking good game in a long, or ever.
Ever. Yeah.
Is the word I should use.
So,
Batman had never had a good game, so I guess Spider-Man at least got a couple.
Yeah, Superman could use a good game.
I don't even know how you make a Superman game.
Yeah, I think that's probably the problem there. But at the same time, Batman was kind of the same way. They're like, how will you do this?
I mean, you make a Superman game, don't be afraid to make him fucking all-powerful. That would be my first suggestion. Make him fucking Superman and find out another way. But don't do it the way Superman 64 did it, or I will personally drive to your offices and punch you in the dick.
Lex Luthor has placed these gold rings all around Metropolis. Fly through them, Superman, and save us.
God damn it. Seriously, though. Fuck that shit. It'd be a fun game to be, though. Superman, like, in an open world, you know? I don't know. It's possible. I mean, you can have the shit get beat out of him. I don't know. Whatever. Figure it out.
There are ways to do it, but...
Don't take his powers away or some stupid bullshit. You know what I mean. But, yeah, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Or we'll get the grimdark version of Superman from the new movies.
Maybe it would have to be, like, you can play as Superman and do all the cool shit and be, like, super awesome, but then you also have to play as Clark Kent and try not to break things.
No, that sounds extremely unsatisfying.
Don't break that coffee cup.
Very bad idea. That's Superman 64 level of bad.
Press L1 to put on glasses.
The goal is not to recreate the bad levels of Superman 64, it's to make a better game. How bad of a game can we make? How about this? You don't even play as Superman. You play as Clark Kent the whole time. And nobody can find out. You have to save them without them knowing.
So Sonic Team is making Sonic Team is making the Superman game.
God damn it. Comic book games just get shit out so easily. I'd love to see a renaissance for comic book games like they've had for movies, you know?
Marvel seems to be trying to be careful with what they do.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I don't want a fucking million. I just want a few good ones. Like the Deadpool game was kind of okay, I'd heard, but...
Yeah, I've heard it was okay.
Just none of them are really good. The Batman games, man, that's like it for a while.
They definitely set the bar.
The Wolverine game they made for X-Men Origins is pretty good.
I've heard it's decent, but it gets old kind of fast.
I liked it a lot.
Long game either. I don't know. I mean, they get a few here and there. There's just, I don't know. I'm just mad because I haven't seen a good Spider-Man game in a while.
Yeah.
Shattered Dimensions was fantastic.
Yeah,
they see them run with that.
They pulled the license. They're bound to be looking for somebody because I know like they had got asked a few times about having an Avengers game, and they're like, we're not even touching that shit until we find somebody who can do it right.
I mean, the one that started with the X-Men games and moved into Marvel Alliance. Marvel Alliance, the Ultimate Alliance. Those were pretty good. I liked those games.
Were those like beat 'em up style games?
Yeah, they were fun in their own way.
Beat 'em up with RPG elements.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I would like to see. I don't know. I don't know that an Avengers game is ever going to be that great. I don't know. It's going to be hard to do a good game. It's hard for them to make like games where all the characters are fun to play. Like the games that are the most fun and where you're playing as one person for the whole game, because then they've tuned the whole game towards that one character. Start tuning it towards like 10 and it starts to get kind of generic.
Yeah, like I wouldn't expect to see something like that anytime soon.
So I'd rather see, a Spider-Man game and a Captain America game, and
I was just more interested in the fact that they made the comment that they're not going to do anything until they find the right person to do it.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know who it could be?
Well, they would stop fucking making Batman games first.
Well, they've supposedly stopped after this one, so...
Yeah, but didn't they supposedly stop after Arkham City, too?
I don't think they said that. I think Mark Hamill said he was done.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like they were going to, like, why did that other company get Arkham Origins? Like, what was the whole thing with that?
I don't know. They wanted money. I think the publisher wanted more money.
I think they wanted Rocksteady to focus more on Arkham Knight or whatever the next one is.
Yeah, it was going to take a while, and they're like, well, we want money, so...
Every time, I'm more glad that I haven't bothered.
It's a good game. It's not bad. I liked it. It could have been better, but...
not going to buy that out of principle after their whole bullshit with that bug.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It was a pretty good game. I put 28 hours into that game. It was pretty fun.
Just by Arkham Knight.
Yeah. I'll wait for
I'm going
Arkham
to play
Knight.
the fuck out of Arkham Knight. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm actually
really
getting it on PS4 just because I've been having fun with my PS4. So
I really hope to get a release date at E3.
Yeah.
You know, we're at this
They're going to
point
have
now
to.
where my computer games look good, but then the PS4 games look just good enough that I just buy them on PS4, whatever.
Wait, I think Arkham Knight actually does have a release date. So I remember it getting pushed back.
June, isn't it?
Yeah, June
something
2nd.
like that summer sometime.
It was supposed to be like early this year, I
June
thought.
2nd. Oh, it's been pushed back like 2-3 times. Remember, it was going to be November of last year. It's going to launch with all the console. Or no, yeah, it was going to be a long fucking time ago, wasn't it? Wasn't it going to be out near launch of like the 2 consoles? And then it got pushed back like a ton?
I don't think it was that.
I could be wrong. Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever.
Either way, as long as it's good, I don't care.
Kevin Conroy is back. Oh, yeah. Like he's doing anything else anyway.
Yeah.
They kicked him out of the new DC movies. Idiots. I don't know why they did that. It's not like the guy's gonna do anything else. Whatever. Oh, this game will not feature multiplayer.
Good.
I love that they even said that. They're like, this is a single-player game. There is no multiplayer.
Yeah.
Right at the start, this was our vision. They're like, hey, remember Arkham Origins? Nah. None of that.
Oh, did that have a multiplayer in it?
Yeah, it did.
Ugh.
Pretty sure that might have something to do with why it's so buggy. Because I spent all that time making multiplayer instead of doing QA. As with most games that have multiplayer that's unnecessary. I'm kind of glad that for a while, like every fucking game had multiplayer.
Well,
I think
know
since
that's
studios started moving away from that when they realized that no one gives a fuck.
not really. There's still like some of the bigger ones, like EA and stuff, are still like, oh, every game has to have multiplayer. Every game.
Well, they're getting a little bit better, but yeah, I mean they did shoehorn it into fucking Mass Effect for some reason. But that,
and Dragon
that
Age.
ended up being
They haven't
genuinely
stopped.
fun. It did actually.
I'm not saying
fun.
I'm not saying it's bad, but it's still completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like that development could have gone to other better things.
Yeah. So, anyway, you guys got anything to talk about? What you've been playing this week?
I'm still doing Dragon Age.
Aren't we interesting?
But, well, let's see. I'm at about 130 hours now. I think I can see the end. I'm like, there's the light at the end of the tunnel now. I think I just got story stuff left. So 150 hours I think I might possibly hit, and then I'll be done.
At least you're getting your money's worth out of it.
Oh, yeah. BioWare is good for that, if nothing else, usually. I didn't play anything new otherwise, really. I played that Swapper game. It was one of the PS Plus games from the last month, I think. That was actually kind of cool. Puzzle game.
I want to play that at some point. Just haven't got around to it yet.
It's really nice. It's, pretty simple. Puzzles are interesting, though, so...
I think I have it. I don't remember. There's a couple of games I bought recently that I haven't touched yet. I just saw some game called The Fall that I don't remember buying.
The what?
The Fall.
Okay.
Not a clue. I don't know. What the fuck that is. Must have been on sale.
Fuck it.
I just started playing this game yesterday called Grow Home. I actually have been recording it. I've only played 40 minutes of it so far. It's very strange.
I saw that, like a listing for that on Steam or something.
Yeah, I think it's only like $8. It's not that expensive. I know some of the people at Giant Bomb have been playing it, and they showed it on one of their premium shows earlier in the week, and I thought, oh, that looks kind of interesting. I'll check it out. From what I can understand so far, it's like you play this little robot called Bud. It's supposed to be like stand for botanical. For now, I had it a second ago in my head, and I can't think of what it was.
How do they work?
Botanical, droid something. I think it was. Anyway, it's not important. And like for some reason you're kicked out of your spaceship down to this little planet, and you're trying to get back up to it. And the way you do that is you collect these crystals that are kind of scattered around the world, kind of like Infamous, where they have like the little orbs you can get to give you more powers and whatnot. And at certain levels, not levels, but at certain points, I think there are 100 total, and like at 10, 20, and anyway, specific intervals, you get extra abilities. Like I think when you hit 10, you get the ability to like pull out like a leaf to kind of hover instead of falling to your death. If you get 20, you get a miniature jetpack type thing to help you boost a little bit. It's real hard to like explain. It's a problem. It's interesting so far. Like I said, I've only played maybe 45 minutes of it, and it's interesting. But I don't know if it's going to hold my interest the whole time. Before I forget, the main like mechanic is like you can. There's really only 3 or 4 buttons. There's the jump button, there's the hover button, and then there's the left bumper and the right bumper on a controller for your left hand and your right hand, so you can like grab things and grab onto things and kind of climb by grabbing and pulling yourself up and whatnot. So like the last thing I did, I climbed up this huge like rock structure to get to the top of it because I didn't want to fall to my death and have to start all over again. But it's interesting so far. And like I said, it's only $8, so it's worth looking at least, if not buying necessarily. But I don't know. I'm liking it so far.
I don't know. Whatever.
I'm liking it so far, but like I said, I don't know if I'm going to keep at it.
That you kept using the word interesting over and over, though. That really sells it. It's interesting.
Doesn't sound too bad.
It's not bad by any means. It's just I don't know. I don't.
That'd be cool.
That climbing mechanic can be kind of finicky too.
Sounds a bit like atypical of indie game kind of thing. Look
Yeah,
at this thing we do.
The really weird thing about it is it's a Ubisoft game and there's no Uplay.
Oh,
What the fuck?
and it's not broken?
No, not yet.
What? Not yet. I haven't played it enough yet. We'll see.
Well, there have been a few times, and maybe it's just because I moved the camera in the wrong direction or whatever, but there have been a couple times where I was climbing, and like for some reason, like I hit the button to grab on, and he didn't grab, and he ended up falling a little bit. But that's probably on my end more than the game's.
I actually never had to deal with a Uplay game until a couple months ago. I ended up getting that Valiant Hearts game on Steam during one of the sales. I had to finally mess with Uplay.
It's really dumb. Like I bought the game in Steam, and then it has to load Uplay before it loads the game. I don't want your shitty point system, Ubisoft. Go away.
It's the only upside about EA stuff is they don't make you use Origin if you bought it in Steam.
Yeah. It's weird that they even sell it there and then make you use another client. Like, what the fuck am I even buying then?
Well,
another fucking client I have to have installed. I mean, whatever. It's not like I have 20 kilobytes of RAM or something, so... It's funny how people complain. I have a program running on my computer eating all my memory. I'm like, if a game launching program is eating up all your memory, I don't know how the fuck you're even playing the games. Because you clearly don't have enough fucking memory.
Play an MMO, and that was what you will hear about, because, there's a few different voice over IP clients you can use, TeamSpeak, Mumble, Ventrilo, and whatever else they have. There are legitimate, full-blown arguments people will get in over that shit about, which one uses less resources. It's like they all barely use anything.
Just shut the fuck up! They're all the fucking same!
But TeamSpeak uses 5 kilobytes less memory.
You don't even know what you're talking about! Or you do, but you're like this just awful fucking whining person.
If TeamSpeak or using Ventrilo over TeamSpeak is causing you that much lag, you need a better internet connection.
You live in Australia.
There's those people, though. You put anything goes on their computer and they just flip the fuck out. There's programs on my computer. It's like, yeah, that's, what it's for.
Reminds me of a teacher I had when I took CAD drafting in high school. We would bring CDs and play them on the computer while we did our work. And one time he flipped out because we put a CD in. He's like, "It's gonna wreck the computer." He's like, some 60-year-old guy. He's like, "No, it's not. It's really."
Yeah, pretty much.
The only time I ever had anything remotely like that was back in grade school. I forget what I was doing, some specific thing, and I had to go print it out of the computer, and I went over to the printer, put my hand underneath where the paper comes out, just waiting for it, and she's like, "No, don't do that, you're gonna ruin the printer." I'm not touching anything, I'm just putting my hand here.
You're touching it with your failure.
He was a bit crazy.
Yeah, sounds like it. Man, people are fucking nuts with computers, which, I get to see on a fucking daily basis. Like, there's like superstitions about computers. Like, people just think things, and I'm like,
yeah.
No, you're a fucking idiot.
I see a lot of that. Like,
where are you getting this from?
I'm sure you see.
There's not like spirits in the fucking computer, okay? Like, your the left click button is broken. That is what is wrong. Do you know why? Because these are shitty mice that we get for like $5. That is why. Well, but no, stop. I will get you a new mouse. Oh, okay, yeah.
My favorite is when they get one of those like pop-ups that's like tells them they have a virus. And they're like, oh no, what do I do?
Oh god, I got a call from my uncle once. Like, I think I have a virus. And I remote in and I'm like, dude. It's in the fucking browser. It says Firefox at the top. It's in your browser. Oh, okay. So, yeah, people. Anyway, I think that pretty much signals the end of this podcast, because now we're just babbling about God knows what.
You can tell it was a slow news week because of how many times we went off topic.
We're talking about things we talked about last week. Sonic! No! No. With that, I will bring this to a close. Thank you for joining us, MT.
Adios, muchacho.
Thank you for joining us, Kyle.
I was wondering if I was still here.
I decided I'd bring it. I just thought I'd bring it around full circle. I started in Spanish. Might as well end in Spanish.
Oh man.
Yep. And those are the only words of Spanish he knows.
See.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you next week.